Hello, 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 and welcome to Crafts with Pastor Missy. Today we are going to make Mancala. Mancala is a game that has been around for thousands of years, and it's really neat. They think it was originally made in Egypt. It's in all over Africa and the Middle East, and we still play it to this day there and here in the United States. So it's got a lot of names. The name we know it mostly in the U.S. is Mancala, and that means to move. And so it's a game where we need two things to make our game board. We need a egg carton, an empty egg carton, and we need a pair of scissors. You might need a little bit of tape if there's any holes in your egg carton. Also, we're going to need something for the playing pieces, and they need to be small. So I have what was around the house. I had some beads, so I have some beads. I collect stones, so I had some little stones around the house, so there's some little stones. And because I drink seltzer water, I have had a whole bunch of the little pop tops, so those are small enough. They don't take up much space, so you could even play with pop tops. But was thinking about it, and remember how we made homemade Play-Doh back weeks and weeks ago? If you made a little bit of homemade Play-Doh, you could make little bitty round balls out of it and let them dry, and then you would have your playing pieces for your Mancala game if you wanted to make your own very own playing pieces. So there's lots of things that you could do. So you need egg cartons, one egg carton for one game, and scissors, and then you might need tape. You're going to need something for your playing pieces, and then you don't have to, but you can glue it together, so you might need glue. And if you want to decorate it, again, you don't have to, something to decorate with. If you're using this kind of egg carton, styrofoam one, you need permanent markers. Regular markers will just wind up coming off when you touch it, and you'll wind up with marker all over you. So if you're going to color if you want to try to color it, if it's a styrofoam one, you need permanent markers. If not, if it's cardboard, you can use regular markers or crayons on it if you want to. Also, you could use stickers if you wanted to. So those are some choices that you have. But the main thing you need is egg carton, scissors, and something to play with. So here we go. You ready? This is a really cool game. I'm going to show you what we're making it look like, and then I'll show you how to make it. So Mancala, when it's all done, our game is going to look a little bit like this. And I'm trying to let you see. I already put some, I don't think you can. Let's see if I can get it close enough there. Can you see I already put the little beads in there? But you see, I took here's our egg carton, and then I took the lid and made it for, these are bins on the end, and that's part of the game, okay? So, and here's the other one that I made, but I haven't put anything in it yet, so you can see. So see, here's our bins on the ends. So, now, so how do we make that? You've already started to figure it out, haven't you? Yes. So the first thing we do is we open up our egg carton, and now, remember, if you are not supposed to be using scissors, get an adult to help you with this. But we need to cut off that extra piece on the side. Oh, sorry, I'm supposed to be showing you. There you go. There we go. Cut it off. It's out of the way. Now we've got to cut between the two. Now cut nice and straight, because you're going to need that top. We're not getting rid of it. Right? Here we go. Now we're going to cut our top in half. So now this one, even if you're allowed to use scissors, you may need an adult's help with this, because it can be hard to cut. There we go. So remember to be careful and keep your fingers out of the way. Now this one I already started, but I wanted to show you, I actually started cutting it, but I want to show you, it's kind of hard to cut too. So now we've got, that's all our cutting. That's all the cutting we need to do. So, get that stuff out of the way real quick. Now, What's cool about this is you don't even have to glue it together if you don't want to, because they fit. See how it'll kind of fit in there? You're gonna make it so that you got extra room at the end, see? And you do the same thing over here. And if you're just playing, once you get it fitted in and you're playing your game, it won't matter if you've got it glued or not. Because while you're playing, it's gonna sit there. And so you'll be able to get to your stuff no matter what. But if you want to, the same with this one. So either kind, whatever kind, it'll still kind of fit in place. And there we go. You'll kind of be able to tell when it gets, there it is. And you'll be able to tell, and you don't have to. You don't have to glue it in place. But if you want to, the way to do it is this. I have experimented to know the best way. And you can use stick glue if you, but this is probably a little better. So I've got my thick glue and, oh, woo, that was a lot. I didn't mean to put that much. Just put a little bit of the glue on the bottoms of the first 4 on each side. Now if I want to, I could do on this side too. But I'm not gonna. I'm gonna show you that. And then you just make it fit down. See, remember? And make sure you leave the space. So there's the Mancala game. But we gotta know how to play it, don't we? So that's how you make it. You just cut off the end, cut it out the center, cut it in half, add the sides. But to play, okay, so you see how we've got our beads in there. They're beads, aren't they? We've got our beads in there. Now, I would be playing against you, okay? So this side, I'm trying to get as many beads as I can down into my little pit, okay? And you're trying to get as many beads as you can down into your little pit. So these are the basic rules. There's more, there's harder rules if you want to learn how to make it more interesting, but this is how I learned to play it back when I actually played with egg cartons. When I was a kid, when I went to the community rec, and we called it beans because we actually had dried beans that we used, and we didn't know the name of it. We just called it beans. And so what's going to happen is you're going to move, this is your side, so whatever's on the right side is your side. This is the one you get to play with, basically. And so this is your side over there, see? They're going that way. So, but I'm trying to get my beads down to here. So one of the cool things is, there's some basic rules. You're moving, it's kind of hard to get these out. It'd be easier with beans than beads for my big fingers. So now I put 6 in each one. Now 6 times 12 means I need how many of my beads or whatever I'm using? Anybody want to do the math? Yeah, 72. So I don't have 72 beads. Oh no. Well, use some beads, use some rocks, use some of these. Use whatever you've got. Just mix it up. It's fine. Or if you got a bunch of beans, use a bunch of beans. You don't have to have it all be exactly the same. But so I've got my 6 beads. Now, what's going to happen is, as I'm moving towards here, I emptied this one out. And I've got to put 1 in each one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I get to put 1 in here because my last one went in here in my pit. I get to go again. Now, there's no way I can do what I just did to get to go again, but I can do this. I can go around. Actually, I'm going to do this. Okay. It's hard to get them out. I'm sorry, this is taking me a long time. Oh no. I didn't practice this part. I didn't know it was going to be so hard. again, I have big fingers. Ready? Now, I emptied that one. So now I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3. Now I do get to put one in my pit, 4, and then I have to turn around, and now I'm putting some on your side. 4, 5. I hope I had the right number in there. Oh yeah, I have 7 because I had added 1. Okay, so now it's your turn. Now, because I added to yours, you can't actually do what I just did. But I'm going to show you what you can do, which will work. So see how you've got 7 in here now? Because remember when I went around, I added to yours. So you're like, Pastor Missy, I can put one down there, but now I got to put one here. And so I don't get to go again. But you get something better. Because if you're going around and your last one goes into an empty one, you get to take yours from the empty one and all the ones from the other side and put them into your pit. So watch what's going to happen. This would be your turn, okay? Doop, doop. Oh, it's hard to get them out. Okay, so now I'm playing like I'm you. I'm going to go this way, right? So remember there's 7 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 into your pit. That was 6, and then 7. But remember now, you get to take, because this was your last one, everything from here and over here. So take that one out and all of these. And you get, look at that. Oh, there's another one. So now, actually, look how many you have in there. You've got, I think 8 in there? No, maybe 9. And I've only got like 3 or 4 or something like that. Yeah, I have 2. So right now, you're winning. So yay. So that's what you do. And then once one side is totally, somebody gets all theirs totally in, the other person gets to have one more turn. And then you stop and you count whatever's in your pit, okay? So that's Mancala. Now, you can go online and you can look up other directions. There really are. There's lots and lots of different versions of the game. And so you'll find different directions. And you can play it differently. But that's the basic way that you play. So you go down, and if your last one goes in your pit, you get to go again. And if your last one goes in an empty one, you get to take those and the ones on the other side and put them in your pit, okay? So, and then once one side is out, the other person gets to go one last time, and then you count what's in your pits. So there you go. That's how you play Mancala. And just so you know, if you don't have, here's the crazy thing. They've found in, they're pretty sure that actually for folks when they didn't have like a piece of wood that they could burrow out and make, they've made them out of clay, they made them out of wood, they made them out of ivory, they made them out of all sorts of things. They've even found where people just made holes in the ground and to make up the playing boards. So really it's a great game, and you can do it almost anywhere. So you don't even have to have an egg carton. I mean, you can kind of just try to draw it out, but it's easier when you can pull out and you can put them where you want to. So I hope that you enjoy this game. It's really fun. It's a week ahead, but it might be a neat game to make and give to someone as a gift to say thank you. Maybe someone who's in your life who is, maybe your dad or your grandpa or an uncle or someone like that who's done stuff in your life, and you want to just have a way to get to do something with them and say thank you. It's just a good game to play with friends too. So do take good care and be safe, and know that we love you and we miss you. And we can't wait till when we can all be together again. But until then, know that you are amazing and you are wonderful, and God loves you very much, and so do we. We love you. Take good care and enjoy making your Mancala and playing it, okay? All right, take good care. Have a good week.